there. And there we go. 3, 2, and 1. Well, Mayor Wiza, welcome back. Mayor's Monday here, WSAU, WSAU.com. Did you get everything you wanted this year for Christmas?
Well, I didn't get world peace, and I guess I didn't win the Mega Millions.
Okay.
But here we are, a brand new start, a fresh day, a fresh week, a fresh year. So we're motivated, right? Here comes 2023.
Indeed. 2023 is going to be absolutely awesome in one way or another.
I think it's going to be our year.
Yes, indeed. Me. Indeed. First off, we do want to mention a disclaimer. First off, to get that out of the way right away. Of course, you have filed for re-election in the city of Stevens Point. You are up for election this year. We will not talk about anything like that in this forum because you are being presented as the mayor of Stevens Point. We will be talking some election things, some FAQs, if you will, a little later on in the show. But everything like that is in generalities. We will not be talking about your bid for re-election. We will, however, be talking about what is going on in the city right now, and that is a winter wonderland. First off, I left for 1 week, and I think the amount of snow in central Wisconsin quadrupled. It has been absolutely Terry Redlin-esque winter scenes the last few days since I got back here.
Terry Redlin, it was pretty for about 5 minutes. And then you realize that you have to shovel and clean off your car and the roads get plowed. And now you got to deal with slippery sidewalks and the complaints about snow plowing. No, I don't like this winter wonderland stuff. But, it happens every year here in Wisconsin. We should be used to it. Boy, when Mother Nature comes in, she comes in and lets us know, okay, it's winter now. We're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, indeed. And of course, we can complain about this all we want, but we've got people in Buffalo, New York, where we've got about 30 people dead. We've got, feet of snow that we're talking several feet of snow. Obviously, we send all the good mojo to them. But do you, as the mayor of another city, kind of look at that sometimes and see how are they handling this? How is this being addressed in Buffalo, and how can we take that and improve our services here in Stevens Point?
Right. That's always something we're looking for. We learn from each other. Of course, this is a tragedy. And I don't know that anyone could have prepared fully for it. But we learn from those experiences, and we try and improve our preparedness. So if there's ever a winter blast that we're expecting, just a couple of weeks ago, we had some seriously cold temperatures, and it was kind of a mad scramble to make sure that our unsheltered population had safe, warm places to go. The Blue Top Inn stepped up and we worked with them to get some rooms. John at the Park Ridge Cafe gave them meal vouchers. So they had a better Christmas than they would have otherwise. Warm place to stay, food in their belly, and out of those frigid cold temperatures. But these natural disasters happen more and more frequently. Shout out to the climate change deniers. But yes, we absolutely learn from them. The upside, if there is one, with winter is that here in Wisconsin, there's recreational opportunities. The trails have been open in most of the northern part of the state already. Mm-hmm. We're grooming our trails here for snowmobilers, cross-country skiers, and of course, we've got the best winter sports area in all of central Wisconsin with Iverson Park. We've got 5 skating rinks in town. We've got the toboggan runs. We've got sled hills. Lots of opportunities for people to get out and enjoy winter if that's your thing.
Yeah, and one of those things that you brought in last year that actually ended up being very popular was the sled library. You got some donated sleds. You got a storage area that was donated for them as well. That's something that you're bringing back this year, I would presume.
We are. It was such a hit. So we got this idea. I forget who gave me the idea, but there was a sled loan library. Not everybody has sleds. Maybe you got visitors from out of town. They didn't bring sleds with them, but they still want to use the hills. So my wife and I gave the seed money. We bought the first couple of sleds and stuck them in the sled library. People started donating old sleds that they had, the old plastic sleds and toboggans and that sort of thing. Our parks guys built a nice rack to house them in, and it's been very, very successful. So yeah, we're bringing back the sled library for another season. So if you don't have a sled or you're just visiting the area and you didn't bring them with you, you can still go to Iverson Park and enjoy an evening sledding on the hills.
And then you also mentioned grooming the trails. You've got some snowmobile trails. You've got some cross-country ski trails and areas like that in the city as well. Obviously, that means
well, near the city. There's no snowmobile trails in the city unless you count, peeling down Main Street, heading for the Christmas tree. But yeah, that's illegal.
Okay, that's exactly what I was going to bring up. If you are going to be doing that in the city, what are the regulations on that? But I think you now just kind of told me it is.
Yeah, no snowmobiles in the city. We do have some cross country areas, cross country skiing areas within the city. Iverson Park, Green Circle Trail, those are within the city. But yeah, no snowmobile trails within the city itself. We did, however, just last month we started a few real small entry level UTV routes. UTVs are becoming very popular with people as an alternative mode of transportation. They don't necessarily need the big gas guzzling cars, and they take these vehicles out, which are really small cars now. I mean, they're the days of the golf carts are gone. These things are two-seaters with seat belts and heat and turn signals and all of the amenities of a car, but they're much smaller, easier to maneuver. So last month, the council approved a few routes into the city coming in from the town of Hull to the north and out in the town of Hull, town of Stockton, out on the east side. It's just a start because there's some people that think that they're dangerous and they're going to be, causing accidents. We don't have any evidence whatsoever to back that up, but we're going to try it starting small. And if it is successful and we don't have problems, we can look at expanding. If it does happen to fail for whatever reason, we can rescind it pretty easy. But as soon as we get those properly signed in accordance with state statute, there will be some UTV routes that allow you to come into the city or go out of the city, out into the surrounding townships.
Yeah, and that's it's kind of sounds like it's a good way to just take a dip in the pool, just to see what the appetite might be for something like this. I guess you could almost say like an electric vehicle. Which I know is something else that you've kind of been pushing the last few years to make sure that the city can accommodate that mode of transportation as well.
Yeah, and with any luck, 2023, maybe late 2023, is going to bring the first electric vehicles in our city fleet. We're working with a couple of different people to provide electric vehicles to the city, so we can use them in our inspection department. Short trips only within the city. It seems like an ideal pairing, and we can kind of lead the way in reducing our carbon footprint.
Yeah, indeed. If you're only going that far, a couple miles each way, sounds like a perfect way to not have to worry about all the other stuff that comes with the regular old internal combustion engine.
Yeah, and maybe we've got those 2 electric vehicle charging stations downtown. If the people don't know about them. They're kind of they're in our parking lot 7, which is kind of behind the Big Garlic and Ruby Coffee, which are now part of the BID district, the Business Improvement. That's Business Improvement District is the acronym for BID. And what that is, it's kind of like a lake district where all of the properties within the downtown, and mind you, the downtown businesses asked for this, they pay a special assessment that goes into a fund that is used strictly for enhancements, improvements, events, and things like that for that downtown district. So I expect that you will see some really cool things going forward. Council just approved that last month. This month, we will appoint what's called the BID Board, the Business Improvement District Board, which consists of members of the downtown area, property owners, business owners, and the like, that are going to kind of direct these funds. The city provided the first $75,000 to get them going through 2023, and then they'll start their special assessments in 2024. We'll get things like, a Main Street manager. They can do things to promote downtown, sell ads or take out ads or put flower pots on the trees, whatever the downtown group thinks that we need to do to bring more people downtown. The bid district will be able to take care of that.
Yeah, and that could also mean improvements to anything that would build up the aesthetics of that area.
Yeah,
Maybe
really,
another
it's pretty wide open.
yeah, it sounds like this is a really easy group that could come together and maybe create another artistic light for the
Mm-hmm.
downtown area.
Sure. Yeah, they could do things, murals or decorations. They'll run the holiday parades, 4th of July parade, that sort of thing. I expect the Easter egg hunt, that's going to be coming up pretty soon. We have our annual Easter egg hunt. You should come down for that.
Oh
That
yeah,
is going to be a lot of fun.
I may be coming down dressed up as the Easter Bunny.
Perfect. And I'll go as one of those Cadbury Easter Bunny tryouts. Like rock, rock.
Why
we'll
not?
figure something out.
Why
we'll
not?
do an Easter duet.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. We've got a few weeks for that. I think if you and I put our brains together, we'll certainly come up with something. Again, before we let you go, we wanted to ask about elections because we are up against a big deadline. If you want to get active, you want to get involved in your community, you want to make a difference, this is where you do it, because the decisions that get made at this level, the city council, the mayor's office, and things like that, have a whole lot more impact on your day-to-day life in the city of Stevens Point than the decisions that get made elsewhere, even in Madison or in Washington.
Yeah, you're absolutely true. So we've got 6 of our alderman seats up for election. You have to file your paperwork by January 3rd, so that doesn't give you a whole lot of time. End of the day, so you can still probably get it in. 2 of those districts, District 9 and District 5, are open, meaning the incumbent is not going to run again. So we could see a shift in council that is a majority. Right, we have 11 people. 6 of those seats are up. Normally, it would only be 5, the odd-numbered districts, but we have. Actually, I take that back. Yeah, plus 7 seats up, because we have 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, and we have District 6. District 6 was vacated by Ron Carlson, who resigned for medical reasons. Council appointed someone, Dave Plaisance, for just part of that term. So that seat is up as well. That's District 6. So yeah, there could be a pretty significant change on the Stevens Point Common Council, but the deadline is like right here. So if you're watching this and you want to run, you can still get it done. You only need 20 signatures to get on the ballot, but contact our clerk's office and they'll be able to walk you through it.
Indeed, better late than never, right?
Right.
You never know where these one decisions that you make like this can create some sort of a butterfly effect, right?
Well, there's probably some people out there that, how can I get more involved in my community? This is it. Jump in with both feet. It's like our version of a polar plunge.
I like that.
Did you do any of that on New Year's Day? The polar plunges?
I did not.
Yeah, no, I don't do that either.
I was even too afraid to do the ice bucket challenge back in the day when that.
Yeah, I know.
When that was a thing. I'm polar plunge, man. That is not my thing.
I'm gonna do the warm tropical ocean plunge.
There we go.
Plunge
now you're talking
into the warm, crystal clear waters of the Caribbean, or some beach somewhere.
Yeah, now you're talking.
When that fundraiser rolls around, you let me know. I'm all in.
Absolutely. We will be there with bells on. That's for sure. Well, Mayor Wiza, I know you're not a big sports guy, but of course my big event just happened, the World Cup. Little disappointed in how the United States performed, but it was still a great showing to be there and be supporting our boys. I know there was one other team that you were watching very closely that bowed out early in the tournament, and that was Belgium. But I think you've got a way to pick up Belgium in the next few weeks. Is that true?
We're working on it, right? So there are there's a what do they call it? A draft pick to be named later.
Okay,
we'll go with that. I'm more of a Quidditch kind of guy. And
Indeed.
really, isn't that what soccer is? Like foot quidditch?
There's some similarities. There are a lot of similarities, actually. I can't get into
Everything
the
but the broom.
tactics. I can't get into the tactics of Quidditch, but I can certainly tell you. When you see people running routes there on overlapping runs, sometimes you do wonder if they're chasing after an invisible golden ball with
The little
wings. Yeah,
snitch, right?
yeah, the little snitch. Mayor Wiza, we always appreciate the time, and we'll look forward to chatting again next month.
Absolutely. And hope your 2023 turns out spectacular.